Hey everybody, it's Michi. I want to talk about a very serious thing that's been going on in the Splatoon community lately, regarding sexual harassment, specifically towards women. This video is a it's a very sensitive topic, so if this is something that I guess bothers you or it's very sensitive to you, I'd advise clicking off, but I hope you do stay to listen because it's serious, and I want to talk about this in a way that everybody can understand because it's very serious, and I really want to bring the message home to everybody. So some disclaimers, and hopefully this video will be properly segmented so you can find the appropriate information. But I'm going to talk about this from my own experiences, and I want to protect the privacy of the immediate victims of the most recent incident that's been brought to light by the community. If you really must know, you can go find that on your own. I'm not going to name names or anything. This is not what this is about. Basically, in the Splatoon community, like many video game communities and communities in general, there tends to be a huge bias towards male players and creators, and as a result, women tend to suffer and marginalized people tend to suffer because of this, mostly due to misogyny or sexism. And basically, what that means is people are being treated differently just because, like, they're a girl. Ultimately, this is what this is about. And it sometimes gets to the point where they're having very degrading comments being said about them, like go back to the kitchen and things like that, or they're getting very offensive messages or being asked very inappropriate things and very personal things about themselves related to their bodies, or asking for images or photos of themselves. It's extremely inappropriate. This is not isolated to Splatoon, of course, as you know, but it's a problem. And we're also seeing we're at the point where women, like lots of girls, are leaving Splatoon mainly because of how they're being treated. We're coming to light many stories of how, because they're not being treated seriously, they're not being taken seriously, they're being insulted based off of weapon choices and things like that simply because they're a girl, and that's not okay. I am non-binary. I'm AFAB. You can look that up if you don't know what that means. But I am no stranger to this sort of treatment. I have been treated unfairly myself. I've been stalked, harassed, and people have bothered me for years on end, actually, to get me to draw inappropriate pictures, or they want photos of me, which I find really disrespectful and rude and disgusting. Like, I'm not an object. Nobody is an object. And I know that girls, if you're listening to this, I'm sure you can, I hope not, but if you do feel the same, that you have been put in these kind of positions, that you know that you can speak up and speak out about this. I know many don't because they're scared. Hell, I'm afraid to talk about this, but I feel I need to. It's like my duty as someone who is older in the community. Like, it's not a surprise that I am an adult, and there are lots of younger girls especially who are being treated like this, and this is not the kind of thing I want them going into life knowing, and this is all they know. Like, all they know from boys is that they're just an object or being treated like that, because at a subconscious level you internalize this sort of thing. So it's more likely that you may end up in relationships and friendships where they're toxic and they're not healthy, you know. And I hope girls know that this is not okay, this is not normal, this is not appropriate at any level, They have a right to privacy. They have a right to be treated equally and to be treated fairly. They deserve just as much respect as anybody else. This is not a conversation about simply equal rights, although I do agree that yes, everybody should be treated fairly. This does not exclude boys, but this is not the conversation. The conversation is about how men are treating women badly in this community, in the competitive community especially. What we can do differently as a community, as a group of individuals who have all come and gathered because of this wonderful game that we all enjoy, is it starts at home. It starts in your circles, it starts in your social groups, where when you hear something and it's a bit degrading, even if it's not explicitly being stated like, ooh, go back to the kitchen, or ooh, feet pics, or some other creepy comments. If you notice the passive-aggressive tones of somebody towards a female player or female friend specifically, but then they don't treat other members of their group like that, that's a bit of a red flag, and that should be addressed. Boys, if you're listening, it's your job to call out your friends on this behavior. Like, when you hear something, you need to speak up. If you're afraid that they're going to not be your friend anymore, or they're going to yell at you or bother you, I'm sorry, that's a very sad thing, but at that point, maybe they're not the best kind of friend you want to be having in your life. I wouldn't want to surround myself with people who would make me afraid of that if I spoke up and challenged them if they did something wrong. I've had friends who've come to me regarding this incident saying, you know, Michi, I didn't even think about half of this stuff, but I want to be more aware and more careful of what I say, because I certainly don't want to be treating people like this. And I think that's very big of them to come out and say that, especially to me. And I hope that you won't worry about toxic friendships and cutting off ties with people who are not good in your life. But at the same time, if people genuinely do want to try and change, even if they've said stuff in the past, if you've said something in the past like that, and you're now realizing that, well, man, this is not okay, an apology goes pretty far. The person who you're apologizing to doesn't have to accept that apology, but at least knowing in your own heart even that you are trying to make a change is huge. And it shouldn't have to also be the marginalized groups who are coming forward and speaking about this issue, especially when we're the most at risk of counterattack by groups who they don't have our best interests at heart. And I really hope that everybody who's listening, whether you're younger, you're older, you're a content creator, an artist, an animator, or simply a fan or competitive player of the game, that you take a step back. It doesn't matter who you are, but if you take a step back and just look at the situation, remind those, especially girls, that they are loved, they are wanted, that they belong, because they do belong, just like anybody. And they deserve so much love and so much support, especially after what's come to light, because this runs far deeper, far, far, far deeper than what people may believe, and that you may not even realize it. So I really hope you reach out to those people who you have in your circles, who are your friends, and you show them that you do care, and that you are their friend too, because being a friend, especially to girls who are marginalized in this circumstance, is so invaluable, and I know that they will 100% respect that. Girls, again, if you're watching this and you're listening to my voice, I want you to know that I feel for you. You are not alone. You are loved. You deserve the world and so much more, and I really hope that you can find peace if you were a victim to this, because this is not okay. It's not normal. And you deserve the best in your life, especially as you grow older and you get into friendships and relationships or whatever have you. You deserve nothing but the utmost of respect. And with that, that's all I have to say. Thank you.